What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Alexis Finley, the R&B boss, and I am rocking with Chicago 77.3.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3, your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.
What's going on, people? It's the one and only DJ Malone. How you guys doing? Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day. Really, how you guys doing on this lovely Sunday, halfway cold, halfway warm? Like, we literally just got out the freeze. And like Houston, I keep telling you, you don't know what you want to do with your weather. We were rained on. We had a cold. It was crazy, man. But with all that being said, today's a very special day. I got somebody into the building that I feel like you guys really need to get in tune because she's really on the rise, and I'm putting a stamp on it. Her name is going to be phenomenous in this industry, so you might want to get in tune with that. Let's go ahead and bring you in, man, all the way from Mo City, Alexis Finley. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? Everything is up.
Hey,
everything is up.
That's what's up. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Besides the weather changes and being confused with that, like I'm moving in purpose and focusing on me every day, looking at ways to be a better version of myself. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I feel good. Blessed.
Hey, that's the better thing right there. I want my listeners to get to know about you and how your journey started and everything, man. So let's go into a time machine. How did this all start for you?
So me and music kind of started, as a kid.
Yeah.
Which most singers can attest to the same thing. So vacation Bible school singing.
Okay.
Singing in front of the TV in your grandma heels or mama heels.
Yeah.
Pretending that the remote control is a microphone.
Okay. Yeah.
So it started as young as probably 3, 4 years old. Then when it got time for me to sing in front of the family, they're like, oh, she actually got something there, you know? So from then, just choir, elementary, middle school, high school, collegiate level. When I went to college, I wanted to go for something more interesting than vocal performance.
Okay.
Because I wasn't really a fan of classical music at that time. Now I have a really great appreciation for it because it kind of laid the foundation of singing now,
I get
honestly.
that. Yeah.
So it's kind of the root of a lot of different things. That and gospel for me, of course.
Okay.
So yeah, once I where was I at? I lost myself.
You were when you were younger. Once you figured out,
college. Sorry, I'm hungry.
You get like that when you're hangry.
Yes. So when I went to college, I went for sound recording technology.
Okay.
So I kind of learned the dynamics of making music, kind of the back end.
Okay.
And I got to collab with different people, do projects. And once I graduated, I still had all of those same connects and kind of broadened my network. And so I just started asking people around me, hey, how do you record? How do you put out a record?
Yeah.
I used to do sound for a church, and one of the guys that provided the sound equipment that I ran actually had experience with recording in the gospel field and, in the R&B. So once I got with him, started asking the right questions. I got in artist development, so vocal lessons, training in the gym, just everything to make myself a great artist as far as the foundation. Because you got to start with the groundwork.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, and then through time, I just kind of met people. My career started in Dallas.
Okay.
I met BC of Southern Fried Marketing.
That's what's up.
So he kind of helped me on the marketing side, him and your Media Bay, Amber. Then I got with School and Talent on the artist development and choreography side. And since then, moving back to Houston, I kind of kept my core people and we expanded here. I had to come here and get my city to know me. And then I got with 100 Grand Collective with Labbox and we made a great album and just been pushing it. Yeah, that was a long-winded story.
No. I like it though.
But yeah, that's where I'm at now.
I like it. Now, I know you in choir. So were you alto, soprano? What were you?
So I was an alto.
Okay.
And then when I started taking vocal lessons as an adult, I was told that I'm actually like a mezzo soprano, which is like a soprano too.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Hey, you learn something new every day. What I do like is that I think when your whole journey, it was based on you meeting the right people and understanding how to navigate throughout that. Because I don't think sometimes people don't know how to navigate. They just think, oh, well, I have a talent. You're supposed to help me because I have this talent, and not knowing what all goes into everything.
Yeah, the work. I mean, even with like DJs like yourself, you got to pull up on people. Right. You want people to play your music. You have to be personable. Sometimes establishing a relationship with someone can go a very long way. Real. So just kind of meeting people where they are and just connecting, because you never know what someone knows. Like, for example, people may not know that I invested in my career by being a loan officer. I write mortgage loans.
Hey.
Everybody need a house one day, or everybody wants a house. So you get pre-qualified, you talk to me, but you never know that. You just see Alexis Finley, the R&B boss, but there's so many layers to people.
I mean, and I think too is especially you just can't be I don't want to say it like this, but a one-trick pony. Mm-hmm. Like you have to have like different layers about you and different understandings about you that a lot of people. You can't just I can't just DJ no more. I have to have something else about me, or you can't just rap anymore. You have to have a brand attached almost to you. So I think Alexis Finley, man, like I watched it grow just from whenever I started, and just it's been tremendous seeing your journey, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
So I want to talk about where you at first, and we're gonna play that. How did that come about? What's the emphasis about that?
So Where You At was supposed to be just like a fun record, saying that I'm ready for love. Right. I'm open, but I'm not gonna just settle for anything. So if you come, you gotta come correct.
Right.
Okay. And that's something I did with 100 Grand Collective as well, which consists of Lab Box.
Okay.
So he recorded, mixed, mastered, vocal produced, basically everything. And I did that also with Joel Love. So yeah, it was a dope track we wrote together, and it's a bop. It's one of my most crossover records, which is why I've been pushing it for a minute.
I like it because you can play it anywhere. You can play this in the hip hop set. You can play this top 40.
Yep.
I literally played this like at a wedding.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fun record. And like you said, it has a crossover feel. So it's just not targeting one audience or whatever. It can go wherever.
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Definitely, man. So want to go ahead and introduce it real quick while we play it?
Yes, this is my single, Where You At? Alexis Finley, the R&B boss.
Hey, man, we're going to come right back, man. Chicago 77.3, DJ Malone, let's go. Hey, man, Chicago 77.3, man. Alexis Finley right there, man. Where you at? Hey. Now, I just, you just can't help to get up and dance with that, man.
I know, right?
When making that record, man, and when you in the studio, did you think that it was going to have that type of impact making it?
I had no idea, honestly, but I knew it was going to be great because it was the second record we worked on together as a collective. And the first one was outstanding. Yeah. So I wasn't really surprised at how great it was, but listening to the beat, just never knew it was going to come across like that. And it was really fun, especially like at the end, like kind of doing the harmonies for it. Harmonies that people don't even pay attention to.
Real. I like, what I like is that it's some songs, they don't need to be like very drawn out and complicated. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? So I like the video, man, the choreography and everything. So
thank you. We have fun.
I could tell that you're a big person on presentation. How important is that for you?
Hey, you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
Presentation is everything as an artist. You can't just go anywhere looking any type of way. When people see that you take time and really plan
Yeah.
your presentation, it just makes them appreciate the art even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shows your creativity, and to be able to express that just kind of sets you apart.
Yeah.
Because anybody can stand up there and sing.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
But what's to set me apart? Like, everybody has to have their it factor.
Yeah.
Everybody has to have something that, makes them stand out.
Hey, you right about that. You definitely right. I remember, man, the first impression is everything. So if you don't get it in that first take, it's very hard to come back. It's very hard.
It is. And the more together you are as up and coming independent artist, the more you set yourself apart, you actually look like a professional artist. Like,
Yeah.
to look like you already have it together, it may be, perception thing, but it's really true.
Yeah.
Like, they'll respect you more.
Yeah, they definitely will, man. So now that's just one song off the it's an album, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now what's the name? It's a beautiful what?
Beautiful Ones is the name of the album. Yeah.
So what was why the emphasis on the beautiful ones? Why name that?
So in this album, I made sure that I tapped into every female emotion, like in perspective that I could think of.
Okay.
At that time, now, of course, we're women, so of course we have a lot more than just 10 songs. But I think I did a pretty good job of embodying different feels and all making it into one sound on the album. And so I did that. With that is a dedication to my women.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that.
So my women are the beautiful ones, and I actually have a track titled Beautiful Ones.
Okay.
And when I made that track, I was like, that's the name of the album.
Okay.
Beautiful Ones.
I like that. Man. It's thought out. And I think when I heard it, I haven't heard the whole thing, but I have heard a few of the songs, and I could tell you really thought it out, and it really, you put emotion into it. So I respect that all the way through, man.
Thank you.
So where do you hope to go from here, man? What's your goals? What are you doing for 24?
This year, I expect to open up some more doors. And not only in my music, sync music as well. Trying to dab into some acting. I have a little bit at the end of last year.
Okay.
Hosting, that's something I do as well. So just really showcasing and pushing forward the Alexis Finley brand.
Okay.
And it's, like I said, it's more than just one thing that I do. I do a lot. So just trying to showcase it and make it make sense.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. And, with that, the music should get where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And I don't have any limits to that. Like, we're going past the sky with that. That's my intention for it, at least.
Hey.
So just strategic planning and actually following the plan.
Yeah.
And then checking off the list as each thing gets accomplished, and then add more things to the list.
I learned for myself, if you make little goals, the bigger goal will come, easier. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been, for me, I've always been the type of person for ownership. That's the reason why I did my own thing, is because there was a lot of gatekeeping. There's a lot of people that will tell you something, and it's basically they just don't want to. They want you to do good, but not better than them. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't realize is that sometimes you just have to go and step out on your own faith and do everything that you need to do. How important is ownership for you?
Ownership is very important to me. We all have something unique inside of us, and it's up to us whether we want to push it forward or push it to the front to where people can actually see it. Right. We're all blessed with certain gifts, and I feel like it's important to kind of take what's yours, or kind of take what God has given you, and influence. Literally be an influence, be a testament, a blessing to people. But ownership is everything when it comes to a monetization standpoint as well, when it comes to music. So I think moving forward, a lot of people have been, doing distro deals instead of like signing with majors. I think whatever works for you, but I like having my own.
Yeah.
I do. As much as I can until it makes sense to relinquish anything. Exactly. But even still, I'm still gonna own something.
I think you know, a lot of artists, they want to do the deals, and I'm not mad at that because you have a machine behind you, and I get that.
Yeah.
But then it's like you don't ever want to take away from who you are and your brand too, because at any given time, that person, that label, whoever can get up and say, okay, this is it.
You can switch it up.
And it's like you don't have anything left after that. So I've always preached, hey, yo, man, if it makes sense for you to do it, like you said, then by all means. But at the same time, don't let nobody ever take your ownership of your artistry.
Yeah. As long as you can still be originally you, then that's good. I mean, if something enhances you to make you a better version of you, that's different. But taking away from you or making you something you're not, like, you just got to make sure your paperwork is right.
You definitely.
You got to make sure your paperwork is right.
You definitely do, man. I agree with you on that full-heartedly. What's been the biggest accomplishment so far for you?
That's kind of hard, but in December, I received a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hey.
Yes. And that was a surprise, but very rewarding to be as young as I am and, you know, get honored in that way. But, you know, I do a lot in the community. I do give back. I help my peers as well. So I believe it's well-deserved. It's a great way to, you know, end the year for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But it also just kind of pat yourself on the back, like let you know, like, hey, there's no age or limit to anything. Like, as long as you're walking in your purpose and doing what God tells you to do, doing what your heart desires, then something comes from it, especially if you're helping people along the way.
Real.
That's key.
Yeah.
That's key.
Because then it's like it's authentic. A lot of people don't realize is that, you know, just being you know what I'm saying? And being authentic, that's all it is, man.
Yeah, that's all I can do is be me. It's too much work to be anybody else. Way too much work.
Let me ask you the opposite. What has been the most trial and tribulation time, and how did you get out of that?
I would say feeling stagnant in my career. I had that period kind of like last year. And what I did, I just stepped away. I didn't fire anybody. I just kind of reallocated people to different areas.
Okay.
To where we can maximize
your full potential.
Yeah. So my career can get the push in the way that it deserved.
Real.
So that's kind of how I got out of it. Stepped back, said, hey, we're going to start over. We're going to start over a plan, write it out, and like follow it. Because something we're doing is not right.
Yeah.
You know, so just opening up new ideas, opening up to new ways. Like I said, opening different doors to see what'll hit first.
Yeah.
Because, for example, like Coco Jones, like, you know, I See You might not have been as big as it is had it not been for her star role in Bel Air.
Okay. Yeah. I get, and you know, building a team, that's hard. That's, you know, finding the right people and then finding the people to do the right roles is even much harder. How hard is that? Or is that something that it just takes time and you just have to see how it goes?
It takes time because I remember when I prayed for where I am now, and I'm not trying to stay here.
Yeah.
So there were certain people that had roles that got me to that point. And those are still talented, you know, people who are really behind me and that love me genuinely and like actually believe in my brand genuinely.
Yeah.
So it's just really more so of like restructuring.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to think outside the box. But no, it was difficult because, you know, you never want to hurt people's feelings. But at the end of the day, you know what you're good at.
Real.
So it's all about transparency and being honest with yourself. So if you know what you're good at and you know what you can commit to doing, let's all put it on the table and see what goes where. Yeah. Let's just put the pieces together. Yeah. A restructure is a good thing because that means we're growing. Because if the same thing is working for me this year as it was working for me in 2020, then that's a
good
problem.
thing.
That means I'm still there, and I'm not still there. So we have to do something to break me out of that.
And then sometimes people have to realize, and I use this analogy: if you have a family of 3, and then you guys are in a 2-bedroom household, after a while, that 2-bedroom household or family of 3 is not going to be, big enough for you guys. You know what I'm saying? People grow, and it's okay to grow, because as people, we're supposed to grow.
Yes.
And if I'm in the same place in 21 and I'm okay with that, that means I'm being complacent.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's okay to switch it around, change some things up to see it, because if the goal is to make it here, then we need to figure out how we get there.
Exactly. I'm literally allergic to complacency.
I like that.
Like, what's next? What's next?
That's a t-shirt right there. Now you said branding and marketing. You got real big into that. What aspect did you get into? Like did you figure out, okay, well, maybe I do this on social media? Do I do this? What is a good brand and marketing tool?
I would say definitely social media is one of the biggest tools right now. And I'm actually working on amping that up too, like as far as engagement. So it's really about consistency there. And then one thing that really worked for me was showing up. That's one thing. That's my strongest quality, is being able to show up for people.
Right.
And I use that to my advantage. Like, there's one thing for people to hear your music, but for them to see your face, feel your energy, laugh with you, just like bounce ideas off of you. Like, that's how you get known. That's how people are like, oh yeah, I fool with such and such. Let me call her for such and such. Like, I have a lot of that going on. Like,
that's what's up, man.
No matter like what I'm going through in my personal life, but because of the relationships that I've built and what I portray to people, like who I am to people, that'll always speak for itself.
Yeah.
You'll never know, because you always see me smiling somewhere in a picture with somebody. Now, I am exclusifying the brand, but we're talking about PR and marketing. So branding purposes, like, that's grassroots. Pulling up to events, supporting other artists, supporting your DJs. DJs are like the most important people to support.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
And that's the biggest relationship, the most important relationship, I feel like, for musicians.
Bro, what do you think an artist can learn, or what advice could you give to an artist that is just starting out now?
I would say try a whole bunch of things, and once you find your sound and your particular niche and like whatever you're good at, just exploit it. Right. Exploit it. Talk to as many people as you can. Don't have a arrogant, mindset to where, oh, people are supposed to come to me. Like, no. You have to be the person that you want people to be to you.
Yeah, I like that.
You have to support other people. You have to cheer other people on. And organically, like, it just comes back full circle to you.
I like that.
So, and just be consistent. I would say, I think Hollywood Bebe said this: the only people who don't make it are the people who give up before their time. That's the most powerful. He said that probably in December 2021 at a Fleet DJ event. So, Nightcap was there as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Big shout out to the Fleet DJs. I used to be a Fleet DJ.
Oh, okay.
So,
probably seen you at one of those events because Fleet DJs, they show a lot of love.
Yeah, they definitely do, man. Big shout out to Nightcap, man.
Love Nightcap.
Now, who would you like to work with going into the future?
Who would I like to work with? I always say Drake. Drake. This year, I'll have some features with some Houston people.
Okay.
Some Houston people, some big Houston people. Right. Some other big industry people. And yeah, I would say outside of the people I'm already like in the works of releasing stuff with, Drake.
You know he's living in Houston now.
I know. Look at how that's working. I've been saying this for years, so it's getting closer and closer. The time is gonna come.
Yeah.
I got the perfect song for him.
Drake, you got to get with Alexis, man. Get with Alexis. Producer wise, who would you like to work with?
I've always wanted to work with Brian Michael Cox.
Okay.
Yeah. And Timberland.
Timberland is really dope. He's so slept on, man. I mean, people bring up his name, but not enough to where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
yo, man. That's
Yeah.
dope. If you could perform anywhere, where would you want to perform at and why?
I would say Coachella.
I like that.
That's like one of the biggest audiences in the U.S.
Yeah.
So it would make sense.
Okay.
On the right stage, of course, but it would make sense.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that, man. Alexis, man, I really like talking to you, man. You're a breath of fresh air and everything.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I've been asking everybody that comes here in the studio about this certain situation. I've been asking everybody, and I'm going to ask you. Now, last year, there was the cheesecake situation with old girl. I don't know. There was a situation where a guy brought a girl to the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't get out the car because it was Cheesecake Factory, I guess. Let me ask you this. What do you find good on the first date?
I'm not super judgmental about this. It depends on, I would say it depends on where you are in your life, like financial status, all of that. But even where I'm at, say if I went on a date with like, someone rich, I wouldn't mind if we went to the Cheesecake Factory. It's not a big deal to me. I wouldn't mind if we went on a walk in the park at night, talk about the stars, Yeah. It's more so of the experience for me, like the quality of the time we're spending.
That makes sense.
We don't necessarily have to go to Eddie V's, and I'm not saying I don't want to go to Eddie V's. Like, that's cool, but you don't have to spend a certain amount of money on a first date.
Yeah.
The first date is, honestly, any date is about bonding and having that ongoing communication, that dialogue to kind of just like know how each other like things or experiences they went through. So it's more about the experience outside of being like in one's home or something like that. Like,
I get that.
You can be standing by the lake, like looking at the stars. Just, I'm not really particular about that.
That's a great answer. I like that.
We can go to the gym.
I ain't mad at that, man. I think a lot of times when people look at dates, they think, especially guys, we look at, I have to impress her in some way, in some fashion. But sometimes just being you and enjoying the moment and everything. And I always, you make a girl laugh. I mean, you're in there. You know what I'm saying? You constantly make her laugh. You're in there, man. So how do you balance your personal life with your business life?
I'm pretty good at balancing. Normally, when you date someone that is like-minded or understanding of different things you have going on, it makes it easy. So, like, whenever you see each other, you just maximize that time.
Bro.
But, anyone that you date should want to see you be the best version of yourself.
That's right.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
So, even though it may be hard sometimes, there's some connections that are once in a lifetime.
Right.
There's some bonds that are once in a lifetime. So you just kind of got to like pick your poison.
Yeah.
As long as they're doing something productive to be conducive to their own growth, which then yields, something that will be growth for you too in the future.
Yeah.
And it's like that for friendships too. Balancing friendships. Like, it's the same thing. Like, I root for you, you root for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like they both coexist, like coincide when it comes to like friendships and like romantic relationships. Yeah. You really should be treating these people like they are your friend. Because you want your friend to win, right?
Yeah.
So why not want your man or your woman to win?
That's exactly right.
And whatever they got to do is just more so of like, okay, what can I do to make your day easier?
Yeah, yeah. And I think to help each other. Like, I want to see you rise up with me. And if a person is not like that, I don't think it's going to work out, man, because I would want the same for you. So
yeah. I got to a point to where I felt like I was losing direction in like, my professional life and music and then I found myself really caught up in the romantic side, but I was trying to compensate for my lack thereof. So when that happens and you're really bothered by something somebody else has going on, you just have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, like, love is not possession, right?
Real.
Love is not possession. So love is patient, love is kind. So and then you look at yourself in the mirror like, okay, so what can you do to fulfill yourself while this other person is out there grinding, like doing their thing, because you never want to come off the wrong way to people and like you don't support them and love them.
That makes sense.
So you got to check yourself sometimes. And so that's when you get a pen and paper, your notes in your phone or something. Okay, what can I do every day that pours into myself? Because at the end of the day, if you're not where you need to be, what good are you to someone else? You can't pour from an empty cup. I've tried it.
Yeah.
I've tried it, and I had to check myself. I'm like, okay, girl, hold on. We're going to take this amount of days. We're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Real.
It's easy to get caught up in the clouds sometimes when you lose direction or things are not going how you want them to go in your professional life to then kind of bleed over into your personal life.
I like that, though.
Yeah.
I like what you said is that it makes sense because a lot of times we'll get caught up in, whatever, oh, he's supposed to or she's supposed to do this or this is that and the third. Social media will have it in you in a whirlwind.
Oh, my God, don't start with that.
And it's like, yo, man, I need to just stay here, you know what I'm saying, on my person and everything, man.
Be still. Just like being still and waiting on God. Like if you're talking to God and you get a peace about that person in your life, like that's your sign to just exercise patience.
Yeah, I like that.
Like exercise some patience and some grace and just know that what you see on social media, the memes that we see, that's not law. Like it's not one size fit all. No woman or man can fit into every single category.
I like that.
You got to go based off of how people make you feel, how they pour into you. Like that's as far as your mind, your spirit. Like if that person is doing all of that, then have some grace, have some patience, and trust and have faith that, okay, God put this person in my life for a reason. Let me just be patient and see what's going to happen.
And a lot of times, too, is that people are there for, what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes they're there for a lesson. Sometimes they're there to big you up. Sometimes you're there to help them with a journey. You know what I'm saying? So I always go on this, man. And, I tell people, stop going on social media thinking that's reality because people only putting out what they think that they want. It's
all opinions. And it could fit for some, but not all.
Real, man. Man, Alexis, man, this has been a pleasure, man. Talking with you and everything, Joe. I really do appreciate this. So what's going on, man? What's next? You got anything coming up for next couple of weeks or anything? What you got going?
Next couple of weeks, I'm going to do probably a Valentine's Day shoot.
Okay.
Give y'all something cute to look at. Some content, that social media side of it, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just like in my creative bag right now.
Okay.
I have some features I've been sitting on that I want to eventually get out. I have some festivals that we're submitting to and looking at. And then I do have a show on April the 6th.
Okay.
It's a Loud Music presented show at 1810 Odgman.
Okay.
So it's called the Headliner Show.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm selling tickets for that. I'm about to start rehearsing for that next month, honestly.
Okay.
And I do have shows. Normally I perform more than that. They just normally come at the last minute. So I could very well have a show next week and
it'd be like
not find out until like tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Like I think last week I sang DJ Callie Royce had a birthday party and she's like, Alexis, I know, right? I love her. And because I love her, she's like, oh, we're playing your song. Get up there and sing. I'm like, girl.
You sound just like it when you
I was like, girl, I don't drink and sing, but I was like, it's cool. Like it's love. It was a small, intimate setting. So things like that happen all the time. But yeah, from what we have booked so far, in the next coming months, that's what we have. But definitely got to follow me on social media. I am Alexis Finley to get the latest.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you guys stay in tune. Now, are you on TikTok, YouTube, and stuff like that?
I am. I have a lot of videos on YouTube. Alexis Finley, straight across the board. TikTok, all social medias, I am Alexis Finley.
Okay. That's what's up. Where did the name come from?
The name?
Yeah.
Alexis Finley?
Yeah.
Birth?
Oh, that's your given name?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's what's
My
up.
daddy didn't have any boys.
Okay.
So it's my job to make the Finley name a household name.
So that tells me one thing. Watch this. That tells me if when you do get married, the husband has to take the name.
No.
He doesn't?
No, I'm going to make the name famous, but best believe I done been through some shit when it came to love now. So when I get married, I'm taking my man last name.
Okay. I'm not
Whatever
mad at
it
that.
is, I'm taking it.
That's what's up.
They gonna know who I am.
Hey.
Just like if Beyonce last name is, it's Carter. They know it's Beyonce Knowles.
Hey.
But
hey.
I'm gonna bring something to the name first.
Hey,
And then,
man.
but no one has to take my name. I want to take my man name.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that, man. Okay, cool, man. Before you go, I always ask artists, man, what are 2 things you are grateful for?
Grateful. So I am very grateful for my mind,
Okay.
my peace of mind, and my ability to spread light in the midst of whatever is going on in my life. That is a true gift to have.
Okay.
And so I'm truly grateful for that.
Okay.
Outside of that, I would say my loved ones. I'm surrounded by a lot of love. I was raised by a village. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. I have a good network of people that I'm just truly grateful for. And I'm looking forward to seeing that grow even more.
That's what's up.
But I know if I never was loved by any other person, that I have more than enough love already.
That's real, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, man. Make sure you guys support. Always support the people I bring up here because they dope as hell, Joe. They dope as hell. One more time, where can they find you at, man? Just one more time.
All right, Alexis Finley. My album Beautiful Ones is available on all streaming platforms. Just type in Alexis Finley. On all social media platforms, it's I am Alexis Finley. And do me a favor, I am almost to 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe on YouTube, Alexis Finley. Comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Hey, man, let's get over the hump, man, because that's hard. That's hard to do, man. So make sure, and they make YouTube look so easy. Like they just it's just the whole back end of it is crazy. But make sure you guys support, man. So this is my favorite part. We're gonna have you do a drop.
Okay.
And so when you're gonna look at the camera, and then you're just gonna say your name, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Alexis Finley, the R&B boss, and I am rocking with Chicago 77.3.
Gang.